Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics, and on today's video I got this 2012 GMC Acadia right behind me. So the issue with this GMC Acadia has some permanent codes. The previous shop right now, they were trying to work on it and they couldn't get it to fix. Every single time they try to do something, the code would still pop up. So on today's video, they brought the vehicle over here to my shop. I'm gonna see if I can get this vehicle back to the customer. Alright, so we're inside the vehicle right now. As you can see, we have the key on the on position. And let me give you a little bit of backstory on this one. So this came from another shop, and they had a reoccurring code, and it's going to be P0641 and the P2230. And they couldn't figure it out, so they brought it over here to my shop. And I started looking at it for about 40 minutes yesterday. And the thing is, when we look at P2230 is a barrel code, and the P0641, that's a 5-volt reference code. So after that, I kind of called it a night because it was already getting kind of late. So I did watch a video, and luckily the gods were just looking right after me, and it was a Paul Danner video, Scanner Danner, if anyone knows him out there. And he had a vehicle that had a P0651, and he was trying to go after a wire, and he couldn't. Basically, he didn't find it, but he did move a wiring loom, and then after that, he gave the vehicle back to the customer. They haven't had an issue since then. So right now, when we look at these codes, and but going back to it, that just gave me more confidence to actually go after this. So we're gonna do the same tactic. So let's get to it. So right now, we're gonna look at the codes, and we're gonna see more codes on here because I did disconnect some stuff just to do some tests yesterday. Alright, so these are the codes that we have right here. We have a intake air temperature sensor, but that was disconnected. Same thing with the mass airflow sensor. The thing is that the barrel is integrated into the mass airflow sensor, so that's why I did that. But let's look at the ones that we actually were attacking. And these are the codes that I was attacking. This is what I came with. I didn't have the other ones. I created the other ones, but this is the code that I came with. The P0641, and that's a sensor reference voltage A. And then we have the other one, which is a P2230. And that's a barometric pressure circuit intermittent. So the thing is, I was basically trying to chase this one right here. So all day yesterday, I was trying to agitate the sensor, trying to heat it up, trying to cool it down, trying to see if anything could happen. And I called it quits because I was focusing too much on this. But you got to remember, cause or effect. Did the other code cause this code right here? And that's what I'm filming today, because we're going to verify this. And we're going to make sure that, you know, our actual issue is this that caused that. So let's go inside. We're going to look at some service information, and we're just going to look up this code and see which sensors are connected to this 5-volt reference, and then we're going to see if we can start attacking those and getting this issue done. All right, so we're in my office right now. Let's just look up this code P0641, and let's see what we have right here. And we're going to go to OEM testing, and after that it's going to give us what this is showing right here. It's a DTC P0641 5-volt reference circuit, and it gives us all these diagnoses right here. But what I'm looking at right now, I want to look at which sensors are actually connected to that circuit. As you can see, fuel pressure sensor right here. And I think the one, if I'm not mistaken, the video that Paul Danner made, he was actually attending this code right here, the P0651. So all these codes right here, they are reflecting on the 5-volt reference circuit that's inside the PCM, and there's 4 different ones. Ours is the first one right here, so we're looking at circuit 1. And what we want to look for is which 5-volt circuit sensors are connected to that. And we can see right here, As you can see, this is the one I was focused on yesterday because it has a barrel in here. But like I said, I was stuck on this one for a while, and it was just basically it wasn't it. But after watching Paul Danner's video, I have a better understanding now on just to look at these wiring that might be chafing. So we're going to look at these right here. We have our fuel tank pressure sensor that we're going to look at. We will go ahead and look at this again. We have our fuel pressure sensor, AC refrigerant pressure sensor, and the all 4 cam position sensors. So we're going to be looking at this area right here, and we're going to see what we have. If I'm not mistaken, he was looking at this one, but it had more sensors to it. And I believe he moved the wiring loom, and that's what removed the code or partially fixed the problem up. But we're going to see if we can figure out this problem right here. So now let's go back to the vehicle, and let's see if we can find the easiest ones to get to, and let's see what we can get from there. All right, so we're inside the engine compartment right here, and remember what we're looking at. I'm just going to point them out. So we have our mass airflow sensor, the multifunction, and then we're going to have our fuel pressure sensor, and I don't know if it can catch it right here. It's right there. And then we're going to have our air pressure sensor for our AC, and if you can catch that, that is right down there. And then as well, we're going to have our cam sensors, and those are going to be kind of hard to catch too, but they are in the front of the engine. And we have one there, another one over here, and then we have our fuel pressure sensor, or fuel tank pressure sensor. So I believe that's the last one. So now we're just gonna start looking at these wiring. Like I said, I was stuck right here, and let me show you what I was using this whole time. I was using this heat gun right here to try to heat it up, to try to agitate it to see if I can get anything, and I could not get anything. So that didn't help out. So on Paul's video, basically he was looking for any wiring harness that was loose, out of place, and was shorting out. And that's what we're going to be looking at now. And we're going to see if we have anything that looks like it's shorting out. And, well, I don't know if this can be something right there. Some nicking there. But guess what? I don't think that's going to be our issue. And everything looks pretty good right here. Now our next one is going to be this cam. We got some cam sensors right here. That doesn't... How about we zoom in to this pressure sensor? Alright. So I don't know if you see that wire right there. It's just kind of hanging there. Let me get my camera down there and let's check that one out. Trying my best to kind of focus on this, but right now that wire is kind of laying on the frame, and there's like a little bit of dirt on the frame, but you can see right there there's a little small patch that looks like the wire has rubbed on that. Is that the issue? Well, we're not 100% sure. We have to go down there and actually check it out. That can be the problem. So I want to go to the bottom of that and see if there's any exposed copper wire, but that's the best I can do. Let's just go to the bottom of the vehicle and see if we can see it a little bit better. Alright, so we're underneath the vehicle, and let's see if we can find anything right here. Oh man, I don't think this is it. I just don't see anything that would, yeah, The zoom is not that good, but I can tell you right now, there's nothing there. Let me turn on my light. Yeah, there's really nothing there. That's probably okay. Hold up before I give up. Let's see if we can check that out right there. What is that right there? Oh, that looks promising. Forget about this one that I was trying to, yeah, because, yeah, you can see there's nothing there. But up here, we got something. So let's try to move our camera to see what we have right there. Because, hey, that might be our problem right there. Look at that right there. Do you see that? So on this one, we have a little bit of copper that we can see right there. And this is 3 wires. And this looks grayish in color. And then this other one right here is, well, no, I don't think that's copper. But for sure, this one, I can tell. So we have a gray, it's gray wire that has some copper on it. Now let's go to our wiring diagram and see if this is our 5-volt reference. And then what I want to do is we're going to see if we can recreate this. And it should throw a pending code if we touch this to ground. And then that should be our complete fix right there. So this is our wire to our AC pressure switch. And hopefully we can figure this out. And hopefully this is the problem. All right, so we're right in front of the computer, and as you can see, so this is our code again. And remember, we had these 5 sensors right here, and right now we're going to be attacking our AC refrigerant pressure sensor. So now if we go back, let's check out our wiring right here. Let's do our air conditioning. See if we can find our pressure sensor. All right, so we have our AC pressure sensor right here, and we have 3 wires. And if we can see right here, we have our signal wire that's going to be orange. And look at this. 5-volt reference wire is gray. So is that our baby right there? Is this the one that's causing the problem? I'm pretty sure it is. Now we have pretty much, we've pinned it right there. But now what I really want to do, and this is what I really want to do to verify this, we're going to hook up our scope to our one of the 5-volt references, and the easiest one to get to is going to be on the mass airflow sensor. So we're going to hook it up to that, and then what we're going to try to do is try to see if we can get this to drop. If we can get it to drop, I am completely happy, and that's going to be it. So let's go to the vehicle and let's try to check this out. All right, cool. So right now we're in the engine compartment. I have my scope hooked up, and I have one of the leads hooked up to the 5-volt reference on the mass airflow sensor. You're probably asking why the mass airflow sensor. Remember, that one is tied into all the other sensors in the circuit 1. So right here, what I want to do is I'm going to go underneath the vehicle, and I'm going to try to see if I can ground that gray wire, and I'm going to see if we get any activity. So I'm going to go underneath, and I'm going to try to move this wire around, and hopefully we see some activity, and this is going to just cement it that this is going to be the actual issue. We can fix this up, give it back to the customer. All right, so I've touched it, and check that out right here. You can see 2 big drops right there. All right, let's move a little bit back, see if we got any other ones. All right, we didn't get none, but look at this. If we move one of our cursors right here, we can see it completely went down to ground. So there you go. That's going to be our issues right there. So we see our cursors right there. They're literally going all the way down, and that's what's causing our problem. So we're going to go ahead, fix that up, tighten it up, take off the codes, give it a nice little test drive, and give it back to the customer. So if you do like this video, don't forget to put a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that little notification bell to get all brand new videos coming out from Oz Mechanics. Y'all take care. Y'all have a nice day. Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics, and now today's video I got this 2012 G. Hey, how's everyone? Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Oz with Oz Mechanics, and on today's video I got this 2012 GNC Acadia right behind me. So the issues